Okay, we're live now. Good afternoon, Appliance Bootcamp family and friends, YouTube family and friends. We're coming to you again tonight. I want to let everybody know that we have our next Appliance Bootcamp hands-on live event. It's going to be October the 15th and 16th, and October 22nd and 23rd. If you haven't already, you can go online and schedule if we have any spots available. Also, we're gonna have our open house. Our open house is going to be September the 5th, and is available for any and everybody that want to come out. Tonight we got the call-in show, so if you want to call in, I just put the number and the password in, so you can call in if you would like to call in and actually talk with us tonight. And today is going to be not going to be too long. Like I said, I try to keep it about an hour. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And I'm going live again on Facebook. Uh, Last time I got quite a bit of feedback. People had questions. If you're on Facebook and you want to see some of the stuff I'll be sharing, you can go to the Appliance Bootcamp on YouTube, and from there you can actually see the stuff that I share. Right now, they don't have a way that I know of that I can actually simultaneously cast to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So tonight, what we're going to be talking about is what make us different. I get a lot of questions now from there's a lot of courses out here for appliances on repair and stuff, and I'm getting a lot of questions of what makes our system or our course different from everybody else. For one, I'll be honest, I haven't taken anybody else courses. Me, not personally, I haven't taken any courses. I've sent technicians to Fred's Appliance University, and they're very good far as building out technicians and stuff. They're very good. I say if you got a technician that you want to build out, it's hard to beat Fred's with making you a good technician. But people want to know what make our course different from everybody else. What make our course different? There's several things. The first thing would make our course different from everybody else. You have to realize you're in a capitalistic country, meaning that you must control your labor and your tools, and you must be the person who has to be billing out and receiving payments for your services. And the problem is most people don't know what their most people don't know their billable rate. So a lot of times companies are able to come in and step in between you and the customer, and they're able to actually take a large portion of your labor just by stepping in and just being the middleman, where they actually put in between they get in between you and the customer, and they take such a portion of your money that they leave just small crumbs for you. And what we're teaching you not to actually have to have that middleman anymore. We want you, if you're in a capitalistic society like we are in the United States, we want you to be out there, and we want you to actually be the person who's actually given back in control of your own labor. You have to get back in control of your own labor so that you can build people the correct way. And we actually teach you how much you need to be billing out starting off. I tell you right now, if you're doing appliance repair, your appliance repair rate has to be about $85 per hour. $85 per hour is going to put you right at middle class America. It's not going to put you upper middle class. It's going to put you middle class America. And $85 an hour, like I said, if you go back and you wonder how our grandparents and stuff was able to buy all this land, and grandma didn't have to work, and granddaddy he only worked, and he had a fifth grade education, and he was only making like 50 cent or $1 an hour. um, I go back to this and I'll show you why again, because it goes back to actual our parents and our grandparents. When they was working for $1 an hour, they was working for $1 an hour. So if I take this, you see this little silver dollar I have right here, this silver dollar right here, um, it's worth about $85. Because this right here was made out of actual silver, and so it still has it still retained its value. It hasn't gone down in price. So the dollar that my grandfather was making per hour uh, equates to $85 per hour in today's terms. But this is the same dollar he had, and this is the dollar he worked for, and this same dollar is worth $85 today. The dollar you work for today is not backed by silver. This is real silver. Back in the days, we was on the gold standard. So in order for the United States to print money, they had to have gold or natural resources or something to back it up. It's backed up by gold and Fort Knox and stuff like that, or silver. If you have silver coin, it was actually made of silver. So you could actually take the coin and take it to a mint and get the worth of the silver on it. So that right there is why they was able to get more money, and we don't know that. We go there now and we think we're gonna get $10 an hour, and your $10 an hour is not even close to what your grandfather was getting per hour. He was getting $85 in today's term per hour. So that's why I teach you with Appliance Bootcamp. I teach you how to go back and make that $85 per hour, and how you actually can now. And then from there, I tell you, once you get started, then you go back and you join into our trade organizations. Once you join into our trade organizations then will actually teach you how to correctly figure out your cost of doing business when you want to go out and expand and grow your business. But first, I got to get you to a point where you're actually thinking like a businessman. You're no longer thinking like an employee. So that's the first thing. We teach you how to own your labor and how to build correctly. If you were to go to a school and actually go become a technician, they're not going to teach you that. They're not going to teach you that. Like I said, those people who watching on YouTube, that's the call in number if you want to call in. The second thing we don't give out certificates and and diplomas or anything like that. A lot of people coming back again, new people who coming in and finding the channel, they want to know, are they going to get a certificate or some type of certification after coming to Appliance Bootcamp? No, I don't give you no certificate. I don't give you no certification. And the reason why, back in the days, Napoleon, he was the general of the French army that built the army that was beating everybody, and he found out. They asked him, no, how is he getting people able to fight for him and the army to be so well? And he said he realized early on that people were willing to die for medals. That the soldiers, because they wanted medals and stuff put on their coats and all that, that people were willing to die for it. So what happened? The corporations right now have figured that out amongst our people, that we have, that the masses in America are willing to work for free for certifications and for titles. So if you can, if I can, you'll be willing to work for free and pay me a bunch of money to tell you that you have an MBA. You got a Master in Business Administration. Now you don't know how to open up a lemonade stand, but you got an MBA. You'll pay me for a master's degree. You'll pay me for you'll work for peanuts just so I can say that you are a director or you're a vice president. And the thing about these actual degrees, other than a lawyer or a doctor, the other degrees, like MBA and stuff, they're pretty much worthless. You can't sell those on the open market. If I'm a doctor, no, I can actually sell my doctor's license. A lot of these methadone clinics where people have to people trying to get off of this trying to get off of opium and stuff, they'll actually put them on methadone, and the government will pay them to actually administer that to them. And the doctor doesn't have to be there, but you have to have a doctor on staff, meaning you got to have a doctor's license on that staff. So I can actually be a medical doctor and actually work in someplace else, but I can actually take my license and sell it for 50, 60, $100,000 to one of these clinics so they can open up. Same thing with a lawyer. You have town attorneys and stuff like that. I don't work for the town. I got my own practice, but I can actually get paid from the actual town just by being their town attorney, and they'll pay me a salary. When they got something, they'll just send it to me, but I get paid a salary for that. And same thing with contractors. If I'm an electrical contractor, plumbers, HVAC contractors, that license I can actually sell it. So I'm going to actually show you all how I sell my license. So I'm going to share with you a screen. And like I said, unfortunately, if you're watching from Facebook, you won't be able to see this contract, how I actually sell my contractor's license. And but if you want to, go to YouTube, go to Appliance Bootcamp, and you'll be able to see it. But this is something I've done for years, and I do quite often. I blocked out the person who bought this one, but you see this contract, it went in effect today, June 15th. This limited license employee agreement is entered and effective as of June 15th, 2020, between Michael Sneed and I blocked out the name so y'all won't know who it is. And you'll see where it goes, and it tells that this right here is going to go in. It's going to be in effect all the way until March 31st, 2021. So I signed a 9-month agreement where they can actually buy my license. I can sell my license to them for 9 months. And right here go the licenses that they want to have. They want my Georgia license, my Louisiana, North Carolina, New Mexico, and South Carolina. So those are the licenses that I have. I have about 20. I probably got more than that now. I probably got more than that license now that I can go out here and I can actually sell it to corporations, because they got to have a licensed electrical contractor. In order for Verizon and Sprint and all them to be able to go and repair their cell phone towers, they got to have a licensed electrical contractor in that state that they're going to be working for. Most electrical contractors, they can make $200,000. They're not going to sell their license. If you look right here, with this one, it said compensation. You will be paid as salary exempt employee, an annual salary or the $44,596 paid biweekly. So that's how much I get for 9 months. They're gonna pay me right at $45,000 for my to use my license. The benefits, I don't get any benefits on this one. I had one that I used to sell benefits for. They no longer give me the benefits. So this one, they're not giving me the benefits, but it's a short period of time, 9 months. They're only using a couple of the licenses that I have. So I got that freed me up to go sell the other ones as soon as I get a chance. But that's what you can do with a contractor's license. You can't do that with no masters. You can't do that with no PhD. You can't do that with no bachelor's. Can't do that with no MBA. You can't sell it. And with this right here, my license that I'm selling, I don't have to do anything. All I got to do is just sign. I just signed a paper, and they say, okay, we got a qualified individual, electrician on staff. They're able to run their business, and I'm able to just, if they have any issues, just like the town attorney, they'll call and ask me some questions. You know, if they run into something they run into, but I ain't got to go out there and do no work. And just think, I can do that across the many states as I want. That I go there and pass the test to have electrical contractor's license. Nobody tells us that growing up. They tell us to go get an MBA, and then you go get an MBA, and what you get maybe a $2 raise per hour, and you got to be there all day. You can't. That's not passive income. This right here is passive income. I ain't got to be there. I ain't got to do nothing, and they're gonna give me $45,000 for 9 months to do that. So that's the other thing too. That's why I don't give you those certifications and stuff. I gotta get you out of the mindset of thinking that they're worth something. They're not worth anything. I want you to actually start to go out and get tangible assets, stuff that actually are worth stuff. And some people might say, well, I don't have the time now to actually become a licensed contractor and stuff. Same thing with Appliance Bootcamp. You can go out and get subs. I've done that and still do it, where I get subs where I don't have to go out there and do the work. I can have two subs to go out there, and two subs. If I have two subs will bring me $100,000. I can pay them 75, 80,000, and I can make 100,000 and don't have to do any of the work. They make a good killing, a good living, better than most people out here with 4-year degrees, they making more than that than those people. And I'm actually by supplying them with the work and stuff, I'm able to make $100,000 and don't have to do anything. Because what I want more than the money, I want the time. Because if I got the time, then I'm able to go out and do other things to create more money. If you got an MBA, you gotta go out there and do the work every day. You had somebody else's job managing their company and stuff, and you don't have time to build anything of your own because they take so much of your time. I'm not gonna call professions anymore because somebody told me last week that I might be picking on other people's professions. But if you're a professional where you have to go out and perform surgery or do something, you make a lot of money, but you can't duplicate yourself. If you're a heart surgeon, I don't know many heart surgeons, so I can't be picking on any of my friends. I don't know have no friend has no heart surgeon. Um, so I what's call a heart surgeon. If somebody need a heart surgery at 3 in the morning, you gotta get out your bed and go do that surgery. With me, you saw that. I'm actually gonna. They got me in New Mexico, Louisiana. I can't be all those places at one time. And so, hey, it don't matter. I'm in all those places, and I'm gonna get paid while I'm sleeping. Every 2 weeks, I'm gonna get a paycheck coming in from them for doing that. Same thing if I have subs. I've been out the country many a times, and nobody ever knew I was out the country. My business ran the same because I had subs going out there, and I had automated it so that nobody even knows that I'm actually running. I can actually step away. When I was in the car accident several years ago and couldn't go anywhere, I actually was in the bed, and my business just ran. And that's the stuff that they're not teaching us. And that's the stuff I'm showing you to get away from the certificates and all these certifications because it don't mean anything. If you know if you got the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, that's all you need to go out here and to do these things. Um, right, like I said, appliance boot camp. Appliances are the last of the skilled trades where you can actually go in and actually without contractor's license, the plumbing, the HVAC, the electrical, all the welding, all that stuff done. They don't lock that stuff up, so you can't get in. And the reason why they want to lock that stuff up so you can't get in to be able to do what I just done, where I told you, okay, it's only a certain amount of people who got licensed, and now I can go sell my license. People are not telling us that, especially African Americans. They're not telling us the other side of what contractors are able to do. We're seeing people and we're thinking that they're working exactly the same way we're working. No, they're not. They have grandfathers who have had contracting business who have gave them enough hours where they can actually go sit and take the test. They necessarily don't want to do the contracting work, but they'll go get their license and then they'll go sell it. So just like I done, I'm not the only one. Everybody does it. They'll go sell it, and you'll see him and you ask him, no, why you don't run your grandfather business? I didn't like it. I much rather do this. And you thinking y'all, both of y'all working every day, making $50 an hour, making $50,000 an hour, and you don't realize that he whatchamacall, he before the year's already done, somebody done paid him $100,000 for his contractor's license, and you don't see that back end of it. And you wondering how he able to afford this boat, how he able to afford to live where he live, because we're thinking everybody is like us going out and done sold our labor. No, it's not, and we don't go out and get the stuff to get the degrees and get the certifications that are actually really worth something. Those contractors license, I tell y'all, are worth their weight in gold. I can go out here and sell it anytime I get ready. And you just saw, I sold that one today. That was today I sold it, and they waiting to bomb because nobody out there that have contractors license. The other thing that I teach you what to do when you come to appliance boot camp, the other courses don't teach. I teach you how to take that money and actually turn it from fiat money. Like I say, this money right here, this was real money. What my granddaddy and grandfather and them got, that was real money. The money you got now is fiat money. It's not worth anything. Only thing is worth is inflation, your ability to pay. If I'll show you something else too. And this is the stuff that they should be teaching in schools and letting us know. But they're Sometimes I wonder if the school system really knows. I don't know if the school system even knows it. Like here, this is real money right here. This is a $2 bill. This is a $2 bill. But you notice the $2 bill, it got red ink on it. It don't have that cheap green ink. Uh, you don't have that cheap green ink right here. And if you read right here, it'll say, if you read right here at the top, it's going to say it's going to say Federal Reserve Note. That's what it's called, a Federal Reserve Note. And if you read mine, what it says up here at the top, it says United States, United States, what's it, United States. This is a United States note. This is a new United States note. So this right here, when you see it, you get a dollar or you get any type of paper currency, look and see if it got red ink. Because if it got red ink, this is backed by gold and Fort Knox. This right here is backed by inflation, the Federal Reserve. They made the Federal Reserve. It's nothing. This is a Federal Reserve note. This is a United States note. So this $2 bill is worth more than the $10 here. So yeah, you want to see if it got red ink, you know it's backed by gold. So it's backed by the $2 worth of gold when they used to print this. That's where they had it. And the United States didn't like that because what happened, they couldn't print money. The government couldn't print money because they couldn't have the money to back it up. And also what would happen, people then could save money. So your grandparents and all them, they would tell us to save money because the money, it was wise to save money then because it kept its value. Money now, because it's a Federal Reserve note, it don't keep its value. Every day you hold one of these new dollars, $100 bills that you get, the value of it goes down every day that they print more money. Because as they print more money, you got more dollars in circulation, but you still got the same amount of services and goods. So it makes your money go down. So it doesn't do you any good to try to save money now. And the reason why they wanted to do that was because of the Great Depression. During the Great Depression, people made a run on the bank and they took all their money out. And when they withdrew all their money out, that's when and they just start to hoard it and hold it. And because they knew that it had a worth in gold, that they could take that and trade it in for gold and get the same amount of money. And the United States didn't like that. They said, okay, we got to make it so that we can actually keep them from actually hoarding their money and saving it. So that's when they went to the Federal Reserve. When now they can print it. So now you notice $10. This $85 that my grandfather got for $1 an hour that he was working, that was enough money to feed my mom and his wife for a whole week. 1 hour could feed them for a whole week if you went out and bought groceries, 2 hours rather. Versus now, you got $200, they won't feed. You can't barely go to McDonald's for 2 days for that. And that $1 that he made back then, it still isn't enough to feed my family and stuff for a couple of days because it's worth $85. So that's why they wanted to get people from hoarding money so they wouldn't break the bank anymore and put us in a Great Depression. That's why when people say we're going to be in a recession or depression, it can't really happen because we have currency. Currency means it has to keep moving. So it doesn't. People who are smart knows that money can't set. You can't let your money set. So what I tell you all to do when you get that money like that, to actually trade that money into something that's tangible. And I'll show you what I do. So those people who watching on Facebook who can't see, if you want to see what I'm showing, you have to go over to YouTube and I'll show you what I'm showing. But what I do now, I actually take it and I actually turn that $40,000, that $45,000 that they're going to give me. I'm not going to take that money and go over to the DR or Brazil and trick it off. I got to take that money and turn it into something tangible because I don't know. I don't know if after 9 months they might tell me, nah, we don't want to do it again. And I don't want to just blow the money they gave me. That money, I want to save it and be able to pass it on to my kids and grandkids when they come, so they don't have to work as hard. So if I was to take that money, that 45,000, just let it sit in the bank, inflation will just eat it up till by the time I got ready to pass it to my kids and grandkids, it wouldn't be worth $2. So I got to take that 45,000 now and turn it into something tangible. They'll hold its value, and then I'm able to pass down to my kids. Now, if you're not able to, if you came through Appliance Boot Camp, I'm gonna be showing y'all some of this stuff later on as we get more advanced. Right now, people are just starting. We not even a year in, but if you can't get a contract like I just got because you don't have a contractor's license, don't feel like you left out. I have went out to apartment complexes. You can go to apartment complexes where they have like a maintenance staff. They might have 3 or 4 people on maintenance staff, and they're paying each one of those people maybe 30, 40,000 a year, and they got to have benefits for them and all that. You go to the management and you tell them, look here, I have an appliance repair company. I'll sign a contract, and you don't have to worry about no insurance or anything anymore. I'll send my men out, and you give them a couple of days that you have somebody out on staff, and you can do the same thing. You can tell them, hey, we'll sign a contract just like I signed one like that. You sign a contract and say, hey, we'll do it for $40,000, and you got guys that's out there on the roads anyway. Just now, every couple of I would do on Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday. Mondays, because over the weekend, a lot of times with apartment complexes, stuff break and they want to have it fixed on Monday. So I send a guy out on Monday. On Wednesday, I'll send a guy out to catch it. Then on Friday, I'll send another guy out, just in case something came was broken. I wanted to get it fixed before the weekend, so they wouldn't complain. But you just tell them that, and you have an easy way for them to actually schedule with you and stuff, and you can sign the same contract just like I did, where you go out there and you sign the contract. Unfortunately, they're gonna fire the people their maintenance staff, but now you got the contract, and now you got work where you can actually fill in to actually send your actual new hires for training and stuff. Just let them go out. That's why I used to send a lot of new hires. Send them out there. They out there the whole day. The apartment complex. When they get there, they go to the office. They have them a bunch of notes, and sometimes after we done it for a while, they give them keys. They give them a golf cart, and they just go out there and fix. I tell them go out there and fix everything. They go to the part house and get parts and come back out there after they're all day fixing, and you just send them out there. Same thing with the universities. You can do the same thing with universities, but they're gonna make you bid on it. If you start looking at your states, the universities will let you they'll let you bid on the appliance repairs and stuff in the dorm rooms and whatnot, and they're off campus housing. They're gonna make you do like a bid process where you're gonna have to actually go there when it comes up to bid, and you have to walk around, and then you have to submit your bid. But you can do the same thing with the universities, and they you put your bid in, and if your bid wins, then you do the universities. I've done that too. So don't think you have to have a contractor's license. You're gonna be locked out, and you can do the same thing. But once you hit one of those, we say once you hit a lick, what you want to do, you want to then as soon as possible start turning that money over into you want to turn that money over into tangible assets. And this is what I do. Uh, so if I'm look right here, I have this thing. If you look, it says TRIA. TRIA is our little real estate investment group around here in the Triangle. And they have them for all the different little small cities. But this is the main one. They meet out in Cary and stuff. You just get on their email list, and I go there and I go to the different meetings. They put you on the email list. And what happened, the wholesalers and stuff are saying you are property. This property right here is in Henderson, North Carolina. I know that area very well. That's back where I grew up at. They want $20,000 for this. Uh, and right now, it's got positive cash flow 610. What they're saying. Somebody right now is currently renting this property. It's $20,000, and they already got a renter in there. The renter is paying $610 for it. You can keep the property management company and pay them 110, and you keep 500 in your pocket. But that's what I would do. I would go look for stuff like this. I'm looking at this property. I can put vinyl siding across there easy. That's no problem. I can go back and put vinyl siding on there. What I mainly look and see if they have a heat and air system in there, And I look right here. Let's see if I can see. There go heating and air. And they got a cage across it, so can't nobody steal it. So I know somebody been taking good care of that heating and air system. So I look at the heating and air. I don't see the roof here, but if I go here and I look at the square feet is about 1,200 square feet. I know for a residential house costs me about $5 per square feet. So if I need to put a roof on, about 6,000 to put a roof on. The electrical and plumbing and anything else, I can do it myself. So I look at that, and that's what I'll start to do. So that money that those guys are going to pay me, and here go another one. This one right here is in Durham, North Carolina. And this is what most of the time what gets us. We listen to people. Um, no, they have good advice at the different stages you are in your life, but they don't show you the starting off stages. Like the Grant Cardone, he would tell you to go buy this one. This is a duplex one. It's already built. It's worth $400,000 right here. You can rent one side for 2,000. You can rent the other side for $1,300. And so what happened a lot of times when I started talking to especially African American men, and I'm telling them about getting into real estate and property and stuff, they're looking at this. They think about having multi-level units and all this and that. And it gets to a point that's too big of a look at this. No, it's nice. It's very nice. And you looking at but it's too much of a it's too big of a piece for you to try to swallow all at once. And you don't want to go in taking on a lot of debt like that. I don't, and especially if you happen to pass away before you pay it off. You don't want to leave nobody no burden. You want to leave them a blessing. So you go ahead and you take all this debt out and this and that, and you pass it on to somebody. A family member or somebody gonna have to step up and sign their name or personal guarantor. Have to have credit enough to actually finish paying it off. So you don't want that. You want to be able to pass down a blessing to somebody. Something when you pass it down to them, it's not going to be a headache. It's already paid for. You know, left the instructions on how it works, how to operate, and how everybody gonna get their percentages, and it works fine. You don't want to leave no burden to nobody where they gotta be coming out trying to clean up a mess that you don't put together so you can floss and whatnot. You don't want that. But yeah, but that's what they do. They'll tell you to do this right here, and for you to get together and say and have to pay $400,000 for save up to pay cash for $400,000. It take you forever to do that. Especially if you work in a job or whatnot. Um, it don't kick off enough cash flow to do it, and you can't do a lot of that with debt, and you don't want to do a lot of that with debt. That's what gets you in trouble. But this right here, I know that they're gonna pay me $45,000 in 9 months. So I just keep watching this stuff right here, and what I'm gonna do with the money that they're gonna pay me with this money. I normally teach you the 5 bank accounts system because now I want to change. I got a hit on this right here on my real estate side, and I don't need the extra cash. My wife and I to actually live. We live pretty good, so I don't need this cash to live. And right now I don't want any new toys is right now. So what I'm gonna do, that whole 45,000, I'm gonna have them actually send that to a bank account, direct deposit bank account that I can't touch, and just let it go there, and I don't even see it until the end of the contract. At the end of the contract, all that money is there. Then I go buy my property. I'm not going out and taking no loan right now to buy no property. I'm not going to take 20,000 cash I got from one of my other businesses and go buy it, because what will happen if you read that contract, it's an at will contract. They can cancel at any time. So I'm not gonna. I'm gonna have to practice what we call delayed gratification, and that's essential for building wealth. You got to learn how to have the delayed gratification. So I'm just gonna let that money just sit there, stack up. At the end of the contract, when we're done, I got their 45,000. I'm gonna take their 45,000. I'm gonna turn it into a piece of property, and that 45,000 will stay. It's not gonna go anywhere. That 45,000 on that property, it's gonna kick me off. That one right there is kicking off $600 a week, a month. I don't know if I put where you can put it at in the bank and get $600 a month. I don't know where I can put it at in the stock market. I don't deal with stock much, but I don't know where I can put it at in the stock market and get $600 a month and not lose my principal. My principal is not going anywhere and it's still going to appreciate because it's property. I'm going to put money into it. That's the same thing with that. I'm looking, somebody's in there for 610. When I go bomb, a lot of times I want to go look at the tenant and look at the property because sometimes the tenant is in there and they want stuff done that the current owner is not able to do. And they might have gone downtown to town hall or something, and town hall might be forcing them to make improvements, and the owner right now just don't have the cash to do it. So and the tenant not going to move because they got lease. So what I do, I'll go there, I'll buy it, and I look at it, and I go if it's improvements that need to be done. I'll see, I get a feel for the tenant, and a lot of times what I tell them, hey, I'll reduce your rent. You're currently paying 610. You can now pay me $500 a month, and you take that extra $100 and go look for someplace else because I'm gonna need to renovate this. And when I renovate it, you're not gonna be able to stay in the house while I'm renovated. I'd much rather you go ahead and find you someplace else and cut your rent while I find me something. Because once I renovate it, it ain't gonna be 610 anymore. It's going to 700, $700 to $800. And so I need to get them out so I can make my renovations to get the price back up and make more money off of it. And that $40,000 that I have to actually put into that property, that 40,000 is not going anywhere. When I get ready to pass it to my kids, that property is gonna be worth a lot more than $40,000. And so I don't have to worry about the inflation or anything like that. It's actually going to appreciate and go more. So that's what I do there. And also what I'm doing, like I told you, not talking about passing it down to my kids. Same thing. At Appliance Boot Camp, we teach you how to plan for the next generation. It can't be just about us what we're doing. A lot of men who have worked for the government, worked for the militaries and stuff like that, and they've retired at early ages. Sometime at 50 years old, or less, they have retired and they're getting a pension, and they might be getting 40, $50,000 a month for the military like that. But what do they build with it? A lot of them take that money and run across seas, and like I say, go to Brazil, go to Dominican Republic. I don't mind going there and having some fun, but God knows don't go there and trick all your money off and don't and don't build nothing for nobody else. They go over there and all they think about themselves. They don't build nothing over here for nobody, for nieces, nephews, themselves. Nothing. They don't build anything. They just look and they say, "Well, I got mine. Uh, you need to go get yours." And they close the doors behind the next generation. And unfortunately, a lot of times now, those military and government, those good government jobs, they said, they don't close the doors on the next generation. They're not there. And those guys, they went there and gave away all their money over there and not building anything here. I'm not teaching you to do that. I'm teaching you to have fun. And actually, you need to create jobs and be a mentor and create jobs for the youth in your community. It's up to us to actually go back to the community and actually plant the good seeds in there. You can't just be out here complaining about the young guys and what they're doing and whatnot. You got to be out there and you got to actually start cultivating the land and actually planting good seeds that you want to see out there. You got to also be where you actually building something. As a man, you got to leave something here to show that you were here. Um, so that's what we do there. Once again, if you want to call in, that's the call in number. So that's the other thing we do at Appliance Boot Camp. We teach you how to prepare for the next generation. And last but not least, what I think we do a very good job of at Appliance Boot Camp, we show you the joys of entrepreneurship. We show you the fun part of it. You see us, we show you the alumni buying their new vans. I show you the checks that come through with the alumni. I show you the receipts that come through. I show you the stuff I just showed you, the joys of why you want to become an entrepreneur. I'm not one of these people and that try to scare you into doing what's right. I want you to do what's right because it's fun to do what's right. Once again, I go back to religion uh, because it was so ingrained in our culture and in my upbringing. I have to go back to it. A lot of times with the religion, it's not the joy. I never hear that much about the joy of being so religious in this religious faith. I hear about the horror stories. You don't do it, you're gonna burn in hell, and and this and that. And now I'm starting to hear that come, especially for African Americans. I'm starting to hear that same tactic, that same message come across into to people teaching courses. People teaching courses, they're not telling you showing you the benefits and the love of why you want to uh, 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 go into appliance repair entrepreneurship. They're telling you, oh, there's a recession coming. People gonna be starving. Women gonna have to book up with men because they can't survive, and the world coming to an end. And they do that for African American men, and men get happy. Yeah, I'm gonna get me a girlfriend because she can't afford to feed herself now, and now I get me a girlfriend. You get the same thing with the politics. Nobody tell me why I need to vote for you. Tell me what you're gonna do for me. What you gonna do good for me if I vote for you? You're gonna just tell me, oh, if you don't vote for me, this bad person right here is gonna revoke everything. Yeah, you told me that, but tell me why I need to vote for you. Tell me the good things that's gonna have. You don't try to scare me into voting for you. Tell me the good things of why I should vote for you. Then I'll make up my decision. And that's the same thing that I'm telling you all with Appliance Bootcamp. I'm showing you all the joys of entrepreneurship. I don't know many other people who teach courses, not just appliance courses or anything like that. I'm talking about all across any course that's out there, especially on the internet. To actually show you the actual joys of the everyday man that can actually do what I do. This right here is not nothing that anybody that's special just for me. The stuff that I do is very simple. You see, it's not me in front of no Lamborghini. It's not me in front of talking about $1 billion and just giving you the aspiration stuff. It's simple stuff. Most of my houses I pay less than $5,000 for them, but I go out there and y'all see me fixing them. The little buildings and businesses I put together. I show you all that how I show you how to I show you how to do go out there and build your businesses. I don't just show you, oh, I got business and I set it down. Now you need to come here. No, I show you all the different little steps so you can do it too. And that's the stuff I would like to see more of the people who actually sell the courses and stuff, make it a little bit more relatable, and make it so that we can see a little bit more of the back end of it. For instance, same thing. I'll go to Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton has been doing something for as long as I've been living. I don't think he has no corporate office building. I don't think he has no staff. He don't have anything. He just going out collecting funding. Same thing with some of these people who've been on YouTube for years and years and years selling courses. I don't see them putting nothing tangible together. I'm not seeing a step up come up where they actually say, okay, I sold these courses. Now I'm going to the next level, because you need to be ascending, going further. I shouldn't be 10 years from now. You shouldn't see Mike Sneed sitting here teaching no course trying to sell it to you. I'm supposed to be went someplace else doing something different, because I need to have a mentor depositing into me while I'm depositing into you. And I'm trying to get to where my mentors are at, because I'm supposed to keep ascending up, and then somebody's coming behind me to take my place. I ain't supposed to just stay here the whole time and constantly keep trying to sell you my courses, because eventually what's going to happen, if I stay here and constantly keep trying to sell you my courses, eventually your courses are going to get to the point where they're going to be outdated, because you're not going to have because like now, it's getting to a point where I have to get back in the truck for maybe 4 or 5 more months, because I'm not in the truck. It don't take long for technology to outrun you, and I'll be teaching outdated information. Same thing. If you haven't been in an actual physical business, or you haven't built a business from scratch in a while, and all you're doing is just internet business, it don't take long before the information you give, you start not to have reliable information anymore. You got to constantly go back out there and keep sharpening up your sword. So I'm gonna have to get back in the truck for a little bit to actually get some of the newer technology that's out there, the new ways of doing business, and come back out here and teach it again. And then once I figure out, hey, I don't want to do it no more, I step out the way and let somebody else come in that's out there in the field that has a better grasp on stuff that's going on. And that's what you have to do. You can't keep sitting there. Same thing with Al Sharpton. Get out the way. You don't try to run, do whatever you're going to do for 50 years. You have time for you to pass the baton. Get out the way. That's the same thing I'm saying about. I've said it before on the channel, and I'll say it again. With us, with what's going on right now, I'm just getting out the way. Let these young people do it. I don't. I'm almost 50 years old. I had my chance to be out there and actually make a difference. When I was going to Myrtle Beach, and the first time we go down there, and they put the barricades up and make you drive 30 or 40 miles out the way, 5 or 6 hours, and won't let you use the bathroom, was locking us up and stuff. That was the time I should have protested. But what did I do? I went back, and then when I got to a point and I saw they wanted to change, I didn't make it better so these young kids could go down there and enjoy it. I just said I'm not going to go. I gave in. So I can't go out there now and tell these young people how they need to protest and how they need to fight this injustice. I had a chance to do it my way. My way, I was too coward, and I bucked it and followed suit. So now with these young people, hey, I'll get out the way. Let them, whatever they're gonna do, they're gonna do it. They got to live in this country a lot longer than I am. I got more years behind me than I got in front of me. So they'll make the country the way they want it. So I'm not gonna get out there and try to get in front of those guys. I'm gonna let them do what they want to do. Like I say, I think the best thing for us to do as the older generation, whoever side you choosing, just make sure that your business is and you have the resources to actually put behind those guys, whoever side you're on. I don't care what side you're on. You support the side you own to get the outcome you want. That's business. It's not right or wrong. That's just the way business is. So you got to get up and support the efforts that you want and things that you want to have done, and you just make sure that you can do that. All right. Once again, if you want to call in, this is the call in number. I'm gonna read a little bit what I got in the chat, and then I'm gonna get out of here. I want to thank all 65 people that's on YouTube that's watching us. I really appreciate it. And like I said, if you want to call in, you're more than welcome to call in. The call in number is in the chat. Hey, how you doing, Untamed Kango? Picture Man, hey, Untamed Kango again. J Real, 89 Dr. Funk, Trinity Appliance, Trinity TV and Appliance Repair. Okay. Black 1221, much love. Hey, how you doing? All right. We got we got Untamed Kango again. King K, hey. All right. How you doing, Wayside Bullies? Triple R Appliance Repair. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Master Mike. All right. Sean C, good evening. Girly Girl Appliance. Hey, how you doing, Girly Girl? All right. Donnie Madison. Hey, what's up? ABC Ken. Priest Mentor. Peace Mentor Mike. What's up, ABC fam? Okay. All right. Hey, how you doing, DCNF? Let's see what else we got here. Uh, Black 1221. Mike, I never met a person like you. You genuinely care for others, bro. That's rare. Yeah, because somebody cared about me. I'm gonna read a little bit what we got on Facebook. Then I go back to YouTube. And I want to thank everybody who's watching on Facebook too. Got my cousin Tarika. Hey, how you doing? My aunt Willoughby. Hey, how you doing, Randy? My cousin Carlette. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, Scotty? All right. Greg B. Hey, how you doing? Robert F. Jr. Hey, how you doing? I think if I recall, you ran for sheriff. How you doing? Hey, how you doing, Dana? Got Omega in here. Fion, happy birthday. Trey Scott is watching. All right. Hey, how you doing, Trey? Hey, how you doing, Drew? That's my next door neighbor. Cameron, hey, how you doing? That used to be my next door neighbor. All right. And Cameron was one of the young men. When I first started into business, he actually worked with me for a while. All right, Fion, is it a general contractor's license that you are selling or another type of license? I sell my electrical contractor's license. I don't have a GC, but you can do the same thing with GCs. Any contractor's license you have, you can actually sell it. And a lot of people don't tell you that. They don't tell you that. And a lot of people, I I've made over $100,000 selling them. In a year, I've done that. That's why I stopped doing electrical, because I figure out, I say it's cheap. I can make more money with less risk if I actually just go and just take the test and actually sell the contractor's license. But a lot of people don't tell you that. But a lot of people who do electrical contracting, if I was to go out here and really push it and whatnot, I can make maybe 200,000 with one or two guys, and I could easily push that. And if I was to expand out and do commercials, you can make millions of dollars. You can make millions of dollars. But a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't tell us that. They tell us that. And I have no problem with. Yes, I do. I ain't gonna tell no lie. I do have a problem with the college university nowadays. Back in the days, no, I didn't, because it was affordable. My parents was able to work at the Burlington Industries, we call the cotton mill. Both my parents worked there, and they were able to actually pay cash as we went for my brother, my sister, and myself, for three kids, two kids in college at the same time. They'll let you sign a promissory note, and they could work and pay their way out. And that's what college was, very affordable then. It was worth it. But nowadays, no, the average person cannot work and pay for somebody to go to college, pay cash for them. The average person can't do it. It's not worth it for the jobs they come out here and get, the student loans that you putting on these people and stuff. It's not right now. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It has become now just more of a status thing. Especially now when I see you got to go there for they're pushing the degrees out further and further. Engineering now 6 years to get an engineering degree. And now that's if you go straight. But now they want to try to do like a track out, like they done with the high school. They want you to go work at a company for free for one semester, and then bring in a whole new group in school. And then at the next semester they'll flip flop. They'll let that new group go work at the companies for free and let you come back to school. So you ain't gonna get no job because the company's getting free labor. And now they're making you go now 7, 8, 9 years to get a degree. And they just keeping you on there. And the reason why they want to do that, they want to be able to say, okay, if he's out there doing a co-op, then when he come back, we got to make sure we got full classes, a full schedule for them. It used to be during the summer, the college campus shut down, and the professors and stuff had to go get jobs, or they had to do like the high school people done. They better have enough money to make it. But now they want to have a full time have a year round, where they can have full employment year round. So I don't like that. And they fight to get tenure and all that. And I just don't like the new style, the way it's going. All right. Hey, how you doing, Trey Scott? All right. Please tell me that you're recording this. Yeah, if you want to see it, you go to my YouTube channel. It's called Appliance Bootcamp, and from there it's there, so it'll always be there. So once I get done, 5 minutes after we're done, it's loaded on the channel. You can go back and watch it as much as you want. Hey, how you doing, Clara Hernandez? All right, and we got Dion in too. Hey, Dion, and Anthony Bailey. Hey, man, that patio you built looks really nice. And happy birthday, Dion. And how you doing, Clara? All right, we're gonna go back to what we got going on here in on YouTube world. Okay. Okay. They got some networking going on. Okay, Black 1221 say he's so glad he stumbled across my channel a year ago. Thank you for coming in, man. I've been trying to improve it to get it where it needs to go. I think it is. It's coming along. We got right now like a little over 4,000 subscribers. I think some of it might be that they throttled us back a little bit. Just YouTube picking and choosing winners. I think we'll get throttled back a little bit. But I will say the 4,000 we have are very, 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 very active, and I like that. We're a family. Y'all come here, and it's like a family meeting every Monday and Thursday. So I love that. Okay. Dan Young, hey Mike, what's going on? When you got your first technician, Were you doing COD calls only or warranty calls also? I was doing warranty and CODs. I just recently, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, started doing more CODs. Um, I probably maybe a 70-30 split for a long time. And then the warranty calls was a lot different than they are now. Everybody was paying deductibles and whatnot. So it wasn't so much when people stopped paying the deductibles and whatnot. I kind of got away from the warranty calls, but now they paying you within 2-3 days. So I might start doing more of them if I was to go back out there. So they actually came back up. So, but nah, I done that. Like I said, I went out and got contracts with apartment complex, especially the senior homes and stuff, where the senior citizens they whatchamacallit, they actually I don't know about anywhere else, but down here in North Carolina in the Triangle, we have a lot of senior citizens homes where they actually drive, they live there. It's like condominiums, but they have like no, they go and come as they please, but they take better care of their appliances. So with them, I would actually do a lot of repairs. I had like, let's see, I had like maybe four of those we would do. And those people, they took a lot better of their appliances, and they weren't as bad as if you get one. Stay away from the lower income ones because they're gonna tear the appliances up. I mean, they just tear them up. I don't know how they break them up like that. But I go to mid, or higher, or a senior place, and they have pretty decent appliances. They take good care of them. It's gonna be a nice environment, and they're actually good people to work with. So I done those. The only thing when you do that, they're gonna pay you once a month. You turn an invoice in and at the end of the month. They pay at the same time every month, but that's a mailbox check. And like I say, you sign the contract. I would have them. I said this is how much I'll pay, and then I would give them a break on the parts. So I would supply the parts, and then they'll give me the parts back. They didn't pay labor; they just paid parts, and it was good. Mike don't hold no punches. Okay. Triple R Appliance Repair, ABC fan. For those that didn't see my Facebook post, now's a great time to sign up for USA with the coupon code Summer 20. You get the first 2 months free. Okay, there you go. There you go. Mike telling nothing but the truth. Thanks. Maurice Anderson, MBAs are only good if it's an Ivy League school. Okay. Yeah, what they say, uh, uh, Ivy League schools destroyed more than destroyed more African American men and cheap liquor. Most of the time, even with W.E.B. Du Bois, he found out that even with Frederick Douglass, he found out the same thing. It depends. If within your network and within your network where you can actually go get that Ivy League degree and plug it in, then yes, it's good. But what happened, like W.B. Du Bois and like Frederick Douglass found out, when you if you take an African American man and you send him to an Ivy League school, when he comes back, he don't have nowhere to plug it in. Especially when he was then they were sending ministers there, and what he'll say, you send a minister there, the minister well what you call the minister now is too educated for the people he talking to, and so now you got an educated minister with an uneducated congregation. And same thing if I send you out to an Ivy League school, say you go to Harvard Business School, they're not going to teach you how to start a business, and you're gonna come back and you're gonna think you're supposed to be running. They're gonna teach you how to run somebody's business, and you think you're supposed to be running somebody's business, and they're not going to allow you to run their business. And the people who you want to run their business, they're not going to allow you to do it. And because they won't allow you to do it, now your own people think that you don't know what you're doing. Especially if you're a lawyer too. The people that really the clients that you need to go after to actually make that degree profitable, they're not going to hire you. And because they won't hire you, now your own people say, well, he must not be any good and want nobody hiring him. I'm gonna go hire somebody else. And now you kind of isolated both of you all. And that's kind of what I was talking about with that. People telling you to go out and buy multi-door apartments and this and that. And I listened to Grant Cardone the other day. He actually now saying, hey, don't go out and do that now. Go to the single family places. And that's another thing too. If you're teaching a method Your method's supposed to be good, and no matter what times it is. Appliance boot camp, I hadn't have to go back and change anything. In the pandemic, anything, we say, hey, we good. And like I say, I don't been an appliance repairman through the .com burst, through the housing bubble. Now I went through the pandemic, and it ain't changed. You see y'all getting these checks and buying new vehicles. And got a call from a young man. He was supposed to graduate from college this year, but he came to appliance boot camp. And I talked to him Friday, and he told me he made $12,000 this last month. And he said he gonna be cracking over 150 in his first year. And he was saying, hey, he gonna buy him a van and stuff. And he's gonna take his time. I don't know how many people that graduated in 2020 that actually made $12,000 cash in their pocket in a month. I can say very few. I can say very few of them that's been graduated for 20 years and they put 12,000 cash in their pocket last month. Okay, let's see. Okay. DCNF appliance repair. Can we get a contractor's license? Saw a guy post appliance repair couldn't on the ABC Facebook page. Hadn't got a chance to check into it yet. Only way you're gonna be able to get a contractor's license, they got that locked in. You're gonna have to actually go work for somebody for like 4 or 5 years, and then you have to actually get qualified to sit down and take the test. Then once you sit down and take the test, you got to pass the test, and they have like a 1 to 2% pass rate. They're not gonna make it so a lot of people get it. So if they start having too many people pass the test, they'll pull the test out and rewrite it. And they have professional test writers to make sure they guarantee them what the pass percentage is going to be. That way, I'm able to keep selling my license, and other people are able to keep selling theirs. If we have a lot of people in here selling license, then the price of it will go down. They wouldn't be able to do it. So you see these old people, 85, 90 years old. They got contractor's license. No, your parents, they go, my parents too, go work and give 40 years of their life to this company. And they walk out with $100,000, in a 401k, and $100,000 is not going to last. Just to live in America, in the United States, it's gonna cost you about $20,000 per year just to live here, not doing anything, just to eat, sleep, and use the bathroom. Gonna cost you right at $20,000. So they hit you on your back and say thank you and give you $100,000, send you out the door. Just because you're not working no more, that don't mean that your expenses and stuff haven't came down. So you're still spending that $20,000 a month that you're used to. And you only got 5 years that you're going to make it. Because what's happened, nobody has told us how to invest the money. Nobody told us how to create other, how to buy cash producing, cash flowing assets or anything. Nobody told us that. We just thought that would be enough to do it. And then we put everything in our name. And Lord help if you get sick and you got to go on like dialysis or something like that, or you get cancer, you gone. The person who gets sick first, he like Dave Ramsey say, they crack the nest egg and scramble it. The person who's left, dead broke. So that's the stuff that happened. Now versus somebody who an old plumber who might have done plumbing like I'm doing my appliances and my electrical. He have him maybe 6 or 7 rental properties that's paying him $600-700 a month, and rental property. If he's doing it right, he don't have it in his name. He got it in the LLC like I do. You can have as much passive income as you want, and the government not gonna cut your Social Security off. And then if I got sick and I needed to go into a rest home, or I needed to go and get dialysis or some type of treatment, because it's not in my name, it's in the LLC. The government ain't gonna force me to sell it and liquidate it. They say, well, he don't own anything. Same thing. I can actually then sell my license. All I gotta do is pay the $60 and go sit in the class for 2 days and keep it renewed. And I can sell my license, and somebody give me 45, 50,000 cash every year to sell my license and don't even have to do anything. So that's what we see. That's what we don't see. That's what people are not telling us that do that. They're telling us to come here and then go look for a job. You don't want no job. You want to get out here, get the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, get control of your own labor, where you actually now are you're billing and collecting the amount that your labor is worth. And then from there, you go buy cash producing assets, and then you start showing the next generation how to do it, and you leave the next generation something. No, I would love to be someplace. I would love to be able to go out and buy that C8 Corvette. I would love to, and that money could buy me that C8 Corvette, close to it. I would love to be out here buying the Porsches and the Lamborghinis and all that. I would love to do that. But if the two or three generations before me had actually left me uh, something that was going to produce a couple of $1,000s a month cash flow, I could then do it no problem, because that's what other generations, I mean other races, they have that. They My old business partners and stuff, they won't starting off from scratch. They no they had millions of dollars coming in amongst their group. And so us, we're trying to survive and just pay the bills. Other people paying the bills and surviving is not even a question about it. They know they can pay the bills and survive. Now they're going out here and they're creating wealth, and they're able to enjoy all the things that you can do here in America. They're able to live the American dream. Versus us, we actually are looking at it, and it's to the point now where we think sometimes the only way we're going to get the American dream is through athletics or entertainment and stuff like that. We don't see that it's going to take two or three generations. Donald Trump didn't get his money by himself. No, he third generation. It takes two or three generations of you building so the next person can get it. If you religious, what you call David didn't get King David didn't get his money from there. That I think not well, David. Who was it? Solomon, or Solomon didn't get his money from one time. It came from David. So you got what you call it. You got to plan for the next generation for them to be better. You might not get the reap all the rewards and stuff out of it. Somebody got to be the planner and build a foundation. Unfortunately, that's me. You gotta be the person. Kind of like I used to have to work in tobacco. Somebody got to get the ground leaves. So you got to get those ground leaves, and then later on, your kids and grandkids that come behind you, they'll be able to get the leaves when it's further up on the stalk and won't hurt their back and won't be all dirty and stuff. But with me, because I'm just getting started, we just getting started. This America been here over 400 some years, and we just getting started. So for you just getting started, how in the world you think you're gonna go ahead and buy apartment complex with all these? You can't do it, and you get to the point where you trying to live that, and that's what get us in trouble. Even when we look at the entertainers and stuff, they're not able to do it. That's why they get in trouble. They're not able to learn and appreciate building something on their own where they in total control. Everything that they have, somebody has picked and chose them and gave it to them. That's one thing I'm proud of about Appliance Bootcamp alumni. They haven't been pick and chose. They went and got theirs out the mud, as they say. They went and they chose to actually, this is what I was going to do. Ain't nobody giving them anything. They building it themselves. Same thing with me. Nobody pick and choose me. I got kicked out of corporate America. So nobody gave me anything. I went and got it myself. Now, I will say I'm very fortunate that my high school electrical teacher, Mr. Eaton, allowed me to work with him and took an interest in me, because without him, I would not have learned the skilled trades and been able to get my contractor's license. But other than that, I've been out here getting it, and can't nobody take it from us. Okay. All right. DCNFA taking notes. Okay. A9 at the phone. Yeah, it's gonna get 45,000, but that's typical. That's typical. That's it's not just me doing it. All of them are doing it. Go look at your town and see who the town attorney is and stuff. Everybody do it. Uh, uh, all these professionals who have a professional certification or degree or something that's worth anything, they're doing it. They're getting paid. They're getting paid from it, and regardless, And don't nobody tell us. Don't nobody. Nobody never told us that you can't do that. uh, or show you. That's one thing. It's one thing if I tell you and I believe one thing, and it's not I tell you, but I just show you. I show you the evidence. The same thing. That's why I do that. So now when the alumni come through here, y'all see their checks. Y'all see you see their vehicles. It's tangible. It ain't some of this thing. Oh yeah, it was so inspiring, and I'm ready to go, and I will never see no results. And these guys are coming out in less than a month or so. They're getting these results, and it's tangible results that you can see and hold. But yet, still, people want to ask me what's the difference. Tell the people who came through those programs that you're looking at. Tell them to show me the work. Show me the work. Show me the work. Or just have those people just if they don't want their alumni to show, just tell them show me how you earn your money and what you're doing with your money, because that's who you want to be like. You're going to learn their methods, and it can't be just by my course, and I don't show you everything. And that's the thing too. You got to know the people that you got to know your students that you're teaching to too. I know what's needed with the people who comes to Appliance Bootcamp, because most of the people who come, it's not just because it's not for just African American men. It's not. It's for any and everybody. But I have to look and say, we 90 some% African American men who come in here. With them coming here, I know they're just like I am. They're first generation getting some money, or they first generation don't know where to go make no money. They're just trying to figure it out. And with that, I can't just tell him, oh, you need to just go come here. Let me give you a certification. You take this certification down the street, somebody gonna give you a job, and you'll make you 75, $80,000 a year. And then from there, you maybe get a 401k and you can retire. And you tell your son to come here and do the same thing. And he gonna go there and do the same thing. I hire him, and I pay him 75, 80,000. I'm gonna keep 50, 60,000 in my pocket off of him. Let him do that and keep doing it. And then my grandson now gonna take over, and my son gonna take over. But you tell your grandson to come on back here, and I'm gonna put him to work. He always got a job here. But no, I can't do that. I gotta actually tell you all how I make my money, how I live my life, and what I'm doing. Am I right? I don't know. So far, I've been okay with it. I don't know, but because I don't have anybody in front of me, I got a couple of people in front of me um, that actually shows me. One African American man that actually helps and mentors me some, and the other I had to go to another race. I had to go to East Indian guys, and now that's kind of getting getting fuzzy. I ain't seen much of them, so now I'm kind of floundering, looking for mentors. But another one will come when I get to the point where I'm ready to receive them. Another mentor will come and take me to the next level. But yeah, I shouldn't. But with us, we don't have anybody teaching us that. With the East Indian guys, like I said, they needed several $1 million that they needed to have to complete a project, and they didn't go to the bank. They got on a plane and went back over there to India and talked to their fathers and grandfathers, and their fathers and grandfathers sent them back over here with the money. That's where they go. They get the money there. They can go to the bank and get money, but when they like right now, the banks and stuff are not loaning money for hotels and apartments and stuff now because of the coronavirus. So with that, now the funding that they thought they were going to be able to get from the banks, just showing it up with the opportunity stuff, that kind of got the hold put on them because of coronavirus. So what did they do? They went back over there and grabbed the rest of the couple of million that they needed, and things never stopped. And we got to have that. Unfortunately, it could be fortunate. We are the ones who happen to build that, and we ain't got no millions or nothing. We got right at 100,000s and stuff we can give somebody now. And we're actually my little investment group that I was part of. We're actually investing back into people into their companies, the $5,000, $10,000 at a time. That's all we can do. But if you be good over that, eventually it'll expand out. You can do more. Same thing. The little buildings and stuff that I get and stuff. My buildings are, you seen them, they dirt cheap, and I'm out there fixing them myself because I ain't got the money to pay for nobody to fix it. And I'm not gonna go ahead and take out a bunch of loans and stuff and get my family trapped. And y'all, you can't do that. You can't do that. Sometimes people say, hey, Why you just don't go ahead and just do it and be done with it like everybody else? I had that conversation this weekend. Everybody else just go ahead and get theirs done. Why you have to take so long to just build yours? Because I don't have the cash that everybody else did. You, if our resources hadn't got stolen out of our community, maybe I could have. But it's just no money in our community. And I say it's no money in our community. It's people can lie and they say it's no money in our community. I mean, it's no money in our community. When I can go to a situation where I can have professional men. I can have 40, 50 professional men, and we can't come up if everybody can't come up with you got 40, 50. You can have 50 professional men, and you say, okay, we got this piece of property right here. Um, that we can get if everybody give and we can develop it. If everybody give $3,000 right now, they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. I see it. They say they can, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't write the $3,000 checks right then and there and say, "Hey, let's go get it right now." Versus when I talked to my old business partners, and uh, this is what he told me. This is he told me. He said, "Michael, it's easy." I said, "What do you mean?" And he was telling me about my investment group. He said, "You all just get together, everybody put in 25, $30,000, you got all your money." I was like, what? They didn't. All they got to spare is $200, $300 a month, and he couldn't believe it. He thought it was just that easy. Everybody come in, put in 25, $30,000, and go. I said, they don't have it. They don't have it. You know, and he couldn't. He couldn't get his head around it. They didn't have it. I said, they just don't have it. He was like, well, because we had done business together, and when we done business, that's what it was. We come in, hey, we need $8,000. Everybody write a check for 8,000, and keep it moving. It wasn't nothing like that. He thought everybody could. He thought that my friends and stuff the same way. I said, no, I'm the only person that's doing entrepreneurship and whatnot. So we had to drop it down to $300 a month to do it. But we got it done, and now we got a little bit of money and whatnot. But yeah, it's just not any money in our community. I don't care what nobody tell you. It's just no money in there. But Appliance Boot Camp. Now I will tell you this: these guys coming from Appliance Boot Camp, they are making some money and they're doing the right thing with their money. They're not doing nothing crazy. They looking to build and they're actually building their companies and stuff, and they thinking about their kids and grandkids. So with that, I will say we are changing that now. We are changing that now. And Appliance Bootcamp paid and built this building. Appliance Bootcamp done that. So we came together and we doing this now. Right? They would never tell because they don't talk money. Yeah. This is the real educational fam. Hey, DCNL. All right. Wild Will, yo. Would love to rap with y'all, but hit the call. Got one more left. Way to go, Wild Will. Hey, pray for hits, aka Tony. He needs prayers right now. Peace. Okay. All right. There we go. Bright Appliance Repair got a question. Go ahead. All right. Jay Real, the school system is to program workers only. And the worse you are with money, the better the top 1% economy. Yeah, it is. Bright Appliance, do I have to have an HVAC contractor license to hire an HVAC tech who has a license? No, no, that's what they're doing with me. If you got an HVAC person who has a license, you hire them and you tell them to put their license in your business name, and they become your qualified individual. And then from there, if they stay with you long enough, then you can have them actually sign for you to take the test. So you can actually find somebody, hire them, pay them, and let them be the qualified individual for your company. And then after 4 or 5 years, depending on the state you're in, they can sign for you to go take the test. Yeah, they trick it off, man. Bright appliance repair. Yeah, he said. Yeah. All right, you gotta go in. Oh, Ernest Anderson. Call in, man. See if you can get in. Say you're trying to call in. That's the call in right there. Call in if you want to get in. I'm gonna be on a couple more minutes, then I'm getting out. Okay. All right. Wow, we got a lot of people talking. Here we go. Okay. Okay, ABC Ken. Please pay attention, family, because our mentor Mike is giving you the information, not learning in schools. Okay, thanks, thanks. Great, all right. Yeah, thanks. Okay. J Real, I hope to, but wholesale properties at least five. Okay. DCNF, we have six. Yeah, please hit the chat. Yeah. Uh, okay, there go. DCNF got a whole day of COD calls. There you go. Good thing, man. Let me see if I can get the meeting started. Hold on a second. If you're trying to call in, let me see. It should have started. Let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it should start. It should have been started. Yeah, it started. Yeah, it started. Sorry about that. Yeah, it started. At least the saying is. I'll try one more time. Try one more time, Ernest. Uh, let's see. Here go. There you go, right there. That's everything in there. So I put everything in there so you can get in. Everything is in the chat so you can get in. It's not the same one from last time if you try to call that number. It's not gonna be the same one. Okay. All right. I'm gonna get a couple more, and I'm gonna go 7 more minutes. Then I'm getting off. Okay. Okay. They got some networking going on. Mike starts. Uh. Okay. Okay. All right. Mike starts. You want to know how will you charge the apartment complexes based upon or base it upon? With that, I want to see how many units they have. I want to go look and see what type of appliances that they have. If they got the cheap Whirlpool, Frigidaire, appliances like that, some of those, I would do just a flat fee because I know the parts gonna be super cheap. You're not going to have a bunch of the control boards and stuff going out on those. Most of the time with that, they're going to have just the manual, not going to be electronic refrigerators. They're going to be just the top and bottom refrigerators. They're going to have a core top range, and they have just maybe that little cheap $80 control board. A dishwasher is going to be cheap. All going to be cheap parts and everything. So what I would do, I'll go look at it and see how old they are, how many units they actually have. Then from there, say, let me find. Give me a second. Let me see if I can pull some up real quick. I need to go back and get this old stuff, the old ones that I bid it on. Um, da, 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 da. Ah, I'm gonna have to go get the formula that I had. Um, I think like 30 apartments or less. You could expect. I think with 30, you could expect maybe uh 4 to 5 calls. Like every week, I would get 4 or 5 calls. Most of them be customer instruct or something like that. But with 30 apartments, I was getting maybe 4 to 5 calls per week. 4 to 5 calls per week. And let's see, let me add that up. And with that, I just using that as a training, really, keep cash flow coming in. I'm not going to charge them a lot of money. So I would just tell them, I'll do like 200, right at about 200. That includes parts and labor. Um, and let's see, how much do I charge? That'd be 200. That'd be $800 a week. Give me a second. $800 a week times 52. That'd be like 46,000. 46,200. Is what I would tell them for that contract, and that would be parts and labor. It wouldn't be replacing any out. If they need a compressor or someone out of the refrigerator, they have to buy a new refrigerator. Um, so and you just go there, and they will pay you. They'll pay you your whatchamacall, your little $800 per week. You send your tech out there. Hit a couple of days. Sometimes I would call the front desk and see if they had any work orders. If they didn't, we wouldn't go. But later on, I actually got to the point where I had the automatic scheduling. Now I just tell them, hey, if anything breaks, just have your tenants and stuff. Just go directly onto my website and schedule, and we'll just run. I just started then just running it as a regular service call. So they'll just go right there. If there's something break, they'll just go right there and choose the time and date they want us to come, and we just ran it like a regular service call, and I just got my money. And they'd be more than glad to pay you that 4,600 dollars a year, and not have to hire anybody and deal with unemployment and this and that. And if it didn't work, next year y'all just don't do the contract, and then you can go up on the contract too. If you find out that it's not really feasible for you, you can go up on the contract. But yeah, that's what I would do. And it works fine. It worked fine for me the times that I've done it. All right. Okay, we got so many people with stuff going on. Uh, I'm not gonna be able to read all of them. Uh, I want to thank everybody for. Yeah, call in. Yeah, it's a Zoom. You can call in to the Zoom call if you want Mountain Genetics. Let me see what's going on. Why they said it hasn't started yet. Let me see. Everybody keeps saying it hasn't started yet. Let me see. Uh, for some reason, it's saying on my end, it's showing that it started. It must be Zoom doing this thing. Zoom must be doing this thing because it on my end, it's showing that it has started. Let me see if I can get another number for you real quick. Because if you want to call in, I'd love for you to call in. Uh, yeah, it's showing that on mine's that it's coming in. So yeah, unfortunately, sorry, I don't know what's going on with Zoom today. But it's showing on my end that I'm started. Yeah, let me see if I do it this way. If it go this. Nah, I ain't gonna do it. It's 9:30. uh, I've been going too long now as it is. Yeah, sorry we couldn't get in. What I do, I open the lines back up on Thursday. Um, but I want to thank everybody for calling in. Not calling in. Thank everybody for coming here. Uh, okay, Mountain Genetics. Genetics. We grow, hunt, and fish for a majority of our food here. I'm a one-time Okay, I'm a one-time drug felony, 5 years off paper. Been self-employed since 12, always looking for opportunities. Okay. Yeah, if you hadn't already, go to Appliance Boot Camp, and sign up for some of our courses if you want to come in and see what we're doing. Um, we what we call we have people who have came from felony backgrounds. Good thing with this, uh, you can still do appliance repair with a felony. You can make good money. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you hadn't already, go to Appliance Bootcamp. It'll be in the actual description box. Purchase one of our courses. And once again, like I said, thank you all for tuning in, and we're out of here.